I'm in Savannah, Georgia today at a warehouse here near the port. I'm picking up a load that's oversized, almost 13 feet wide, taking it up to Manchester, Tennessee. It's about 480 miles from here. I don't think this place opens maybe until 8 o'clock, so it might be a little while before I get loaded. I woke up early. In fact, I woke up about 5 o'clock this morning. So I'm trying to find, I ain't trying to find anything. I'm just trying to figure out if I'm going to be able to make it today. I need to get my signages out. I got to tarp this thing. Not any fun. Yeah, I also have a curfew around Chattanooga. And let's see the distance to Chattanooga from here. Directions to Chattanooga.
Chattanooga is 5 hours, 37 minutes from your location by car and light
Can't
traffic.
go with that.
Here are your directions.
You have to kind of use a calculator and go 363, divide that by 58. So we're showing about 6 hours and 25 minutes, 6.25 hours, a little over 6 hours once I get rolling. So if I get out of here at 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. See, if I don't get out of here before 10 o'clock, I'm going to get called into curfew, which is between 4 and 6. Then I got to shut down at dark, and I'm thinking Chattanooga to Murfreesboro.
Murfreesboro is 1 hour, 40 minutes from Chattanooga by car and
So
light traffic.
About 100 miles.
Here are your directions.
I should be able to make it even if I can get to Chattanooga before 6. And I guess that's all dependent on what time I get out of here. I just got to wait for these people to show up for work first. In the meantime, drink my coffee. That's good. There's a difference between sitting on my back porch and having a nice cup of coffee than sitting in my truck. I don't know. So much more relaxing at the house. It might be alright if I went outside of the truck and had a place to sit. Sandy lot out here. Here, I'll show you. So see, if you get out, you're going to get sand all over your feet and dust. Then you're going to get back in and track it all in everywhere. Which I don't really care about up here in the front. It's just, it's not too dirty up here, but it's a little bit, you know, just. But yeah, there's a lot of Conestogas. There's a lot of drop decks out here. And containers, and probably what I'm getting today is probably one of those big boxes back there in the back. You can see the sun is just now starting to come up out here. Oh my goodness. It's going to be a long day. I wish they would come on in and be here early before it gets hot. I don't even know. I was having all kind of weird dreams last night. I was dreaming that they loaded me up with all this stuff right here. And then I had groceries on my stuff. The stuff was coming in at the port. I was at a warehouse and they were loading pallets on my truck, and it had all kinds of groceries and pallets of, there was water. What did they have on there? It was something. But I was dreaming that they were, the company, I said, where are they coming from? I dreamed that they came up out of Mexico. They was loading all the stuff. They brought all these groceries and stuff with them. I want to say it was some kind of a fruit on a pallet. It was just weird dreams like that last night. And then I was asking the people, I said, am I supposed to tarp this? Because all the groceries was on top of the crates and stuff that I was bringing in. And I was like, they was like, no, we're going to take it off. And I'm like, well, I need to hurry up and get this off of me. I think that's why I'm a little bit anxious today. Because I'd go back to sleep and I would dream something very similar. Then they told me that it couldn't deliver until Monday. Then I talked to somebody else. He said, no, it delivers Friday. Then I was dreaming. In my dream, I was thinking it was Wednesday. Even though today is Thursday, tomorrow is Friday. But I was just dreaming just weird stuff like that all night. Just craziness. So finally I woke up around 5. And now I'm just sitting here. I looked on Google Maps to see the hours of this place. You know, a lot of times it'll tell you what time they open. And right now, it's 7. And there's a couple vehicles over there, but that's it. I don't see any trucks or nobody out here. I hope I'm at the right place. I might walk on in and check in with them and make sure that I'm at the right place, because there is another warehouse nearby that I have gone to the other place before. So I think I'm gonna go check in. Here's where I gotta check in at. If I walk in, I gotta go to that building right in here. It was strange. I went on over there and checked in, but that ain't JIT, that building I showed you. JIT is this little yard right here, in between them and here, and there's just a bunch of stuff out here. He said over there, he said there's a crane out here. Somebody just sits in their car, so they really don't even have a office here. You just check in with the crane operator. I guess they just bring stuff out from the port, set it over here. These are some big crates over here. Look at this crate right here. Look at that big old crate right there. Can you see it? I mean, that crate is huge. There's no way I can haul that on this truck. It's way too tall. Something like that would have to go on a lowboy. But the crane, I don't know if I can see it or not. The crane is back over here behind me. So I'm at the right place. I can't see the crane operator from here, but he's over there. He'll come in at 8. It ain't 8 o'clock yet. But I came in from down the other way over here. There's a trucking company right behind me. There's a fuel islands right back over there. That's where I slept at last night. So let's see what time it is now. 7:35. Got about 25 minutes. Starting to get a little activity out here in the yard. Other drivers are starting to show up and do their maneuverings. Looking at the paperwork here, this thing is just a tad under 43,000 pounds, which is the maximum weight that I can even haul. I try to keep it around 42.5. So this will be about the heaviest load I've hauled in a while. I'm gonna be topped out. I probably need to keep my fuel down. Right now I've got about a third of a tank. Let's see where I can fuel up at in the cheap spots along my route. So there's a place here in Savannah. Get it for $354. There's a TA over there for $340. Up in Atlanta, there's a place for $328. I would love to fill up there, but I can't. $331 up in Cartersville. And I hate it when they give me these places like this right here. It says Top Stop Market. It's in Manchester. It just says 3 cents off the cash price. I don't know what the cash price is. It's kind of annoying when they give me those prices like that. How am I supposed to know what the cash price is? I suppose I could go to another app. And that's usually what I got to do if I want to figure out what the cash price is. Anyway, I'm not going to figure that out right now. Let me see exactly where my fuel is at. Okay, I got about a half a tank. I should be able to make it all the way. Yeah, I should be able to make it all the way. It's only 480 miles. I got a half a tank. Yeah, I should be able to make that. I'll be on empty when I get there, but I should be able to make it. Well, I made it here to the way station, just a few miles from the Tennessee border. Long day today. This morning was so aggravating. After the people come in, they loaded me up, and I put the freight on the truck, and the thing is 13 feet wide. So I'm looking at the little, they mark the crates when they come in with the crosshairs on them to let you know where the center point of gravity was. And they called me out of the truck to, just when they went to position it, I'm making sure they're getting that center weight of gravity on the center of the truck. And so I was standing at the tailgate of it, watching when they set it down. He looked at me and said, "Is it good?" I said, "Yeah, it's good." I was the first truck there, so I was the first one to get loaded this morning. There's about 4 or 5 more trucks behind me. Might have been more than that. So after I got loaded, they told me to back on up and chain up and whatever I needed to do over there while they was loading the other trucks. So after I backed over there, I noticed that I had I got a step deck. So about 10 feet behind the step deck, this was a 43,000 pound load, remember? But they put it was between the wheels, but they put the end of it right at the back of the first wheel, and I had my tandems closed. So as I was pulling out from where they were at, I looked at my gauge, and I should be around 62 psi. At 62 psi, that lets me know I'm about 34,000 pounds. Well, I was way under the 34,000 pounds on the drives, which lets me know that I was way overweight on the tandems. But if I spread my tandems apart, I can do 40,000 pounds back there, and that would have been good. Well, so I said, I'll go ahead and chain it on down. Chained it down, strapped it down. Then I tried to spread those tandems apart. I couldn't get it to spread in the sand. It was just spinning. So I took it to the street, tried to spread it there. They moved about that far, and then they wouldn't move anymore. Then I just kept dragging the tires, and it was flat spotting, and I was like getting so pissed off. I was hot, I was sweaty, I was dirty. I was getting into the truck, out of the truck. I got so aggravated. Finally, I had to go back to the crane people. They didn't unload it all. They didn't load all the other trucks. I had to go back and say, "Man, I hate to bother you guys with this, but I'm gonna have to get y'all to pick this back up. I said, because I can't move my tandems forward, I can't move them backwards. I'm not positioned right, my weight's off. So they picked it up. I had to unchain everything. Then they picked it back up, and I ended up closing the tandems up. I told them to move the load more closer to the front. When they set it down, I looked at my pressure gauge, and I still was underweight. So I was like, man, I'm just too light. So we lifted it back up. I spreaded the tandems back out, and now the tandems are spread now. They set it back down. I had to chain everything back down and do everything all over again. By the time I got out of there, it was like 11 o'clock. It started raining before I even got to Macon from Savannah. Started pouring down rain, and it rained from there all the way almost to Atlanta. Traffic was bad. By the time I got to Atlanta, it was 4 o'clock. Had to fight that Atlanta, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 5:30, all the way up here to the north side. By the time I got up here to the way station where I'm at right now, at the Tennessee border, it was about 7:30. And of course, I got a wide load, so I can't drive at night. I wasn't going to make it to the customer. Plus, in Tennessee, I got to have an escort, because anything over 12 foot in Tennessee has got to be escorted. I got to have somebody follow me. So they'll be here tomorrow morning at 9:30. So that's where I'm at right now. It's been one of those days. Just every day is just long. The days in trucking are just long. Every day. I was talking to a friend of mine on the phone today. I was telling him, and I always complain about the Southeast. The traffic, the construction. If you stay around the Southeast, tomorrow I got to find another load. Tomorrow's Friday. From Manchester, Tennessee, everything is short. I need a load that's going to be 800 to 1,000 miles for the weekend. So I won't make any money. These little short runs, I go, they're like 330 miles to Ohio, or 230 miles, or I'm not going to do a load like that over the weekend. So anyway, that's where I'm at right now. I'm parked up here looking for freight for tomorrow. Now I'm thinking to myself, do I take a long load out to Idaho, Montana, Nebraska? I need something with some miles on it. I don't even know what's on the board. I mean, I've looked today. There's not even a whole lot on there. Let's see what we got here. Let's just do a quick look. I ain't gonna waste much time on it. Sort by highest per mile. So like tomorrow, see, here's a load right here paying $1,300, but I got to go 64 miles to Nashville to pick it up. It delivers down in Opelika, Alabama. It's $1,300. It's $4.28 a mile. It's a good load, but not for the weekend. And it ain't too bad. I've done worse in the years past. I guess what's done happened to me is I've made such big money for every single load I've been doing here lately. Well, the last couple of years. Now the freight's kind of dying back off, but I don't know. Let's sort by highest paying rate. So that's what I ended up doing. That's the highest per mile. So now I'm gonna do the highest rate. So here's a load right here going from Coleman, Alabama to Eugene, Oregon. $1.87 a mile. That's crap. $1 load going to Santa Fe Springs, California, $2.10 a mile. That ain't too bad, but it needs to be about 30 cents more. It needs to be around $2.40. It's paying $4,200. So I got $3,000 to go from Savannah to Tennessee, 480 miles, $3,000. These loads are paying $4,000 to go 1,200 miles, 1,300 miles. Like I said, here's a load going all the way to California, 2,000 more miles for $4,200. That's garbage. A load going to Rhode Island is $2.37 a mile. It's 1,000 miles. It picks up tomorrow. But see, it's all the way back down here in Cartersville. That's south of where I'm at right now. I don't know. I ain't gonna worry too much about it. I can't call on none of these loads till tomorrow. My escort will be here about 9 o'clock in the morning. Meet me here. I got to finish this last 90 miles up and then I'll be done. I'll find something, because it'll be 1 o'clock in the afternoon. That's going to be the other thing. By the time I get there, 9 o'clock, I can't leave here until 9 because of the curfew going through Chattanooga. No wide loads permitted to move between 7 and 9 a.m. Here's a load going to Kansas, $1,800 on 650 miles. It needs to be a little bit more than that. I just don't want to go to Kansas. Ain't too bad. I could probably get a load out of there. The problem of going out west is if I take one of these loads out to California or Oregon, and I'm not going to take it for that rate, but they're offering that anyway. But if I could get them up to 250, 260 a mile, you know, say on up to like 5,500, well, yeah, 5,500, 5,800 bucks from Tennessee. The only thing about that is there's never no freight coming back. So when I get out there, I'm stuck. So then I'm in California, then I'm in Idaho, then I'm down in Nevada, then I'm back over in Oregon, back up in Washington, back down to Southern California. I keep looking every time I deliver. Is there a load going east? Is there a load going east? There's loads going east, but they're barely paying gas money. So anyway, I guess that'll be it for today. Tomorrow will be a new day. So catch you guys later.